Does removing air from your fuel supply increase lubricity? Let's talk about that. Hey everybody, this is Caleb with Diesel Cleans, and I was watching a bunch of videos trying to keep up with what's been going on with the aftermarket fuel systems, and I noticed that I actually had some questions about lubricity, particularly pertaining to FASS and AirDog's claims of removing air is increasing lubricity in the fuel system. And it can help, but it is not the main driver of increasing lubricity. So this right here is a little mason jar of off-road diesel fuel, but it is ultra low sulfur. And ultra low sulfur diesel fuel is actually it is the parts per million for it is 15 parts per million currently, and that was introduced by the EPA. And what the sulfur actually was doing was acting as a lubricant. That's where you get that lubricity word from, a lubricant in the fuel system. But to meet emissions and air quality standards, the EPA implemented ultra low sulfur diesel, which is what we have now at the pump. What that did was create a large reduction in the lubricity of your diesel fuel. So rather than focusing solely on removing air out of your fuel system, you also need to be introducing lubricity back into your fuel system, and that's very easy. This isn't specifically from lubricity, but power services, they do a whole bunch of the actual additives that you can put into your truck system, and there are several other brands. There are many videos on it, but that is how you would actually add a significant amount of lubricity back into your fuel system itself. I think what they're talking about is by removing smaller amounts of air from your fuel system, it helps reduce cavitation.
Thank you!
And cavitation is the formation of vapor bubbles in a liquid under pressure. So whenever you have your gears coming together inside your pump, there is a pressure drop right after those gears start to mesh. And what that does is that has bubbles form and they basically implode. If you've ever seen a prop on a boat, older props, you'll see a whole bunch of pitting on the actual prop itself. And what's happening is there's a low pressure on the back side of the prop as it's going through the water, and the same thing can happen with gears. So it will help take cavitation out, but if you really want to increase the lubricity for the system itself with helping with the gears themselves, the injectors themselves, I would suggest putting an additive back into it, not solely banking that you're going to increase your lubricity by a staggering amount by just putting on a FASS fuel system or an AirDog fuel system. If you got any questions, pop them into the comment section and I'll reply to it. This is Caleb with Diesel Cleans.